Oh, does this actually appear to be working? I just thought for fun I would do a stream. We can watch the last bit of the game here and just kind of bring some attention to the half non functional personal YouTube I have. So, yeah, I'm going to share this out on YouTube and just a chance to chat, talk, and hopefully watch the Guardians get a series win. Taking questions, getting beat up about Noel, the typical stuff I expect in here. See if anyone shows up. Yeah, I just thought, it would be fun to try something different. Trying to expand on things. Let's see. Fry's home run would have been a home run in 25 out of 30 parks. 102 off the bat, 25 launch angle, ended up 389. And Ralphie had his first home run as a captain today. It's a fun day. For baseball, if you were a Cleveland fan. Let's see if we get any questions. Just trying. Thanks for joining me, Aaron. Just trying to do something different. I thought it'd be something fun to do. I was mowing for a good chunk of this game, if I'm honest, and then I just thought, hey, I'm gonna watch the game anyways, and why not just stream while the game's going on? So yeah, thank you to Aaron for joining. It's just a chance to discuss what's going on. After I got done, doing 15,000 steps and mowing, I was just thinking about I should go tweet about how it's very clear what this team is trying to do. And, people enjoyed Justin and I kind of getting a bit heated on Friday on our Nick Sandlin debate. And I was thinking about that, since Justin and I haven't talked since, I'm kidding. I literally have things from him right now, texts, I should say. But, it's very clear right now that they have settled into a 7th, 8th, and 9th inning role. And while Gaddis gave up a home run, he's still been fantastic this year. And if this team can get into the 7th, you have to feel like you're going to win with a lead. So, I'll go back. I still don't hate the Nick Sandlin thing, just because they really need to find someone who they can trust in the 5th and 6th. And kind of part of me wonders if that's Avila. I was thinking about that today, that he might be the arm that is my 4th most trusted arm in this bullpen. If anyone comes to this later, I don't know how much fun it would be, but just Class A, just filthy pitch there on 100 around the corner to strike out. Was that a Dulcis? I think that was a Dulcis. I could be wrong. But yeah, trying to have some fun, trying to do something different, hoping the chat would provide some of the pushing of the conversation as with this win. Let's look how the Twins are doing today. They had the Cardinals, a team that is struggling. They're in the middle of 8 and a 1-1 tie. Hopefully we'll see St. Louis help us out in this one before dying like a dog when we face them. But yeah, and my computer is being exceptionally slow. Might have a cat join us. If the Cardinals can come back and win this one, the Cardinals will win this series off of the Twins, which would put it back at a 2-game lead. Yeah, I agree. Like, what Class A has done is just unbelievable, right? Like, is there anyone out there who's like used to having an ERA, a pitcher who has an ERA? Gosh, he's like getting better as the year goes on. Like, that was a filthy pitch there to Young, but like, is anyone, ERA is imperfect, but a .6 ERA, like the ridiculousness of that. That is something, as a kid who used to follow and look at box scores and data, and I know it's part because I was my formative baseball years were in the '90s when everything was juiced up, but like a .6 ERA, that's unbelievable. And I know the whole thing is like, oh, if Zach Britton couldn't get it, no reliever is going to. But there's also that degree of like, I don't want to say lifetime achievement, but he's still a young dude. But like the fact that he has been so consistently good, and Britton was at peak too, but it was only a few years of Britton at that peak level. And I'll put it this way, I don't know if he's got any chance to win it. It's not a great American League field, so there might be, some degree of push for him when he has been as unbelievable as he has. And like Tarek Skubal is probably, the leader in the clubhouse, or Corbin Burns might be like a close second. But those aren't big programs. Those aren't, massive markets. And, the Tigers are a bad team. So there's going to be some push for some people that like to give awards to playoff teams. And no matter how bad this stretch has been, like Cleveland has a very relatively easy path to the postseason. Didn't say division, said the postseason. So, sorry, my cat is trying to rip out my headphones. So yeah, Class A, and there's the win. Struck out the side. Unbelievable. That ERA is going to be even lower. We'd be under 6.6 now. Like, that's just unbelievable. Yeah. So they take 2 out of 3. Like I said, the Cardinals and Twins are currently tied. I might switch over. So it's every game a free game of the day today for some reason. That's what you're saying across the board. But what a performance. Like, and one of those things like watching this game, good teams find ways to win, bad teams find ways to lose, is something I talked about last year when I had issues with the Guardians, and they did not look good. But sorry, just checking something on the phone. And did the Twins just? Yeah, the Twins just scored. Well, that stinks. Royce Lewis. So yeah, in the going back to the original thought is the fact that the Rangers had an unforced error to get the third run across, and you have the Wow pitch on just a very Noel game, right? Like Noel, big home run when they miss in the zone, swinging at everything, has some ugly at bats, but also is like he's a great kid, never a negative report, hustles, and on a terrible swing gets to first. They advance him. He got runners on first and third, and instead of focusing on the terrible Austin Hedges at the plate, they throw to first, and the run scores. And then Kwan chases after that. Like, I mean, they gave it away. And then, which is huge because then Seager comes in and hits the home run. And then Fry, yes, he does get the home run to give him back the 2-run lead. But boy, what a game, what a weekend. Just stinks that Twins here in the 8th inning just tied it up. Or not tied it up, took the lead off of Romero. I'm not as familiar with the Cardinals, but has good surface stats, but it's not what you need. Eric Fetty was great for them. I forgot that the Cardinals had gone out and gotten him. Hey, Pat, welcome to the chat. Didn't mean to rhyme, just kind of came there. We got the win today. Like I said, I'm holding out hope that Cardinals can come back here in the bottom of the 8th, so they'll have the top of the 9th. My cat is very active in this one today. It's amazing when I don't have a co-host. The cats like to come out and play. But again, this reason I don't have a co-host is because this isn't a Locked On Guardians one. It's just a personal account one. Trying to do more with the personal account. Talking things like baseball and the like. Just having some fun. If I'm just going to sit around and watch a game, why not make it a group thing? But yeah, the big win for the Guardians. Texas is bad. Like, you needed to do that, and I know after the first game it was rough, but like, they took care of business. Like, you can't ask for more than 2 out of 3 in any series, and if you keep doing that, you'll be successful. And it just thinks that, listen, the Twins are a very, very good team as well, and Cleveland, the Cardinals had a chance to win this series, and Fedde was spectacular for them today. 6 innings, 2 hits, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts, 1 earned run on a home run. Kitteridge did his business, and Romero has been not so great. But I would have, it would have been nice to get that lead a little higher. That's all I'm saying. It would have been nice to get this lead in this one a little bit higher in the Central, but I think the Twins are going to pull this out, which means that we will keep the standings the way they are. But Cleveland's, you got to keep doing what they did. Like, yes, there's Kansas City on deck. Kansas City's record has not been strong against good teams this year, and Cleveland just needs to keep pushing it. So, once the Twins win, it's going to still be, a 2-game lead, and then what are the Royals doing today? I should double-check that one. Kansas City is currently losing 6-3 in the 7th, so Kansas City will be 3 games back, the Twins 2 games back, and yeah, you got to take care of business against the Royals. What are you doing, Kat? Stop it. How old were your kids when you first took them to an MLB game? I haven't taken them yet, Aaron. You might think that's shocking. My daughter's going to turn 7 soon, and my son's going to be 3. I've taken them to minor league games, and I take them to Northwoods games. I took my daughter to a Northwoods game when she was, I think 4. But I recommend doing that when they're young. When you're taking, you definitely took your kid younger than I have. I haven't actually taken my son yet. I just prefer taking him to minor league games because you can bounce early, or you're not gonna be bothered if you are, I go to a Northwoods game, and there's certain it's perfect for me, right? Because I want to scout some guys who perform well. I'm looking at specific players, so I try to curate the experience for that. Sometimes it's that way with minor league games too. Like, I want to see certain prospects, and then when I know there's an inning where they're unlikely to come up, that's when the Northwoods Stadium by me is a jungle gym. So I take them out and I put them, let the kids run around on that for a bit. It's okay if I miss that at bat. It's okay if I miss that inning. And then, once it gets to a certain time of night, my kids tend to go to bed pretty early. So it's like, okay, her first game, we did not say the whole game. It was the Major League Draft, and a few years ago, it was a live stream I did with Aram. I assume that's still somewhere on Locked On Prospects. You actually see my daughter show up in that live stream for her talking about her first baseball experience. But yeah, we took her, and then I had to come back and do the draft, and she had to get ready for bed. So, if your kids are like mine and they start bedtime at 6:30, it's sometimes hard to take them to a baseball game unless it's an afternoon game. So that's the other part of it too. So, yeah, I mean, they know that I like to watch it on my phone because my TV doesn't get the MLB.com app. So phone, tablet, they actually don't get a lot of chance to watch me watching baseball because MLB doesn't have an LG TV or LG app in general on their store, and you can only do that. Hey, watching the Twins game, Sean Armstrong coming in, former Guardians prospect and the best player in the now fallen apart, fell apart at the time, but now infamous Jonathan Lucroy deal, along with Yu Chen Chang and Francisco Mejia. And likely still the best player of either of those deals, because then they traded Lucroy to the Rangers for Monte Harrison, Lewis Brinson, and Isan Diaz, and Luis Ortiz. It's not like any of those guys became anything. So in a weird way, Cleveland's Lucroy deal was the best player in either Lucroy deal, I think, was Sean Armstrong. I think he's had the most consistent major league career of anyone in either of those trades. So it's kind of a random piece of trivia from the back of my head. Now, excuse me, I think it was actually going to be a 4-player deal, and I think Greg Allen was rumored to be the 4th piece in Cleveland's deal. So both were 4-player deals. So you have 8 players, and I think Sean Armstrong is the best of the 8 that were traded. You can one also make a solid case that he is the, they did that same time the Clint Frazier deal, that Sean Armstrong is arguably the best player that Cleveland traded that day. Because Heller never really made it. Sheffield never really made it consistently. Frazier never made it. And I mean, Fireeisen might be the best player in that deal, but he's just had health issues. So, weirdly, Sean Armstrong, the greatest player that they traded on the day of the Lucroy deal. Just thought I'd throw it out there. This is the random stuff I think about when I'm watching a game. I never realized just how much people appreciated the box score bingo. Maybe I'll start doing that as a now. Let's see if the Cardinals can turn this around. Man, what a year for Tyler O'Neill. Is he going to get the qualifying offer, or is Boston going to re-sign him? It's so hard to say what to do with a dude like that who's been so maddeningly inconsistent for his career. It's like you got a potential 30 home run Gold Glove guy, but you also got a guy who most of his career has been below league average. 137 OPS plus. I mean, he was almost free this offseason. 22 home runs. Let's see, what does his defensive metrics look like? Right hand, like, Boston got him for nothing. That's, Canadian kid? I don't think I realized that. He was born in Burnaby. And this team needs more Canadians, right? Like, this team loves their Canadians. Victor Santos and Nick Robertson. And they've already cut Robertson, haven't they? This is me talking to myself. Yeah, because Robertson was kind of interested. I was kind of intrigued when St. Louis cut him. And Victor Santos is struggling mightily in AAA. So, yeah, man, they really gave up nothing for him. What a return on investment. I'm curious to check out his Savant page. Let's see if Duran can blow it. Let's see if we can root for that. Sorry, Twins fans. Definitely. Man, his page is all red outside of expected batting average. And whiff and K and square up. It's like bat speed, hard hit, barrels, slug. Not a lot of range, but good arm and good arm value. Curious who throws that guy money this offseason. I have no idea what's going to happen. He's one of those guys that no idea what's going to happen to him. See, not expecting to see anyone Cleveland on here of the 10 hitters who have had the best second half offensive production. Josh Bell, he's doing it again. That's hilarious. And they got Bell and Corbin Carroll on that list. And that's why Arizona is going to be tough, because they already had pitching. It's going to be a tough team. Who do I think Cleveland's going to bring up? That's a good question. Part of me thinks it's going to be Manzardo. That season's nearing an end. Part of me, because I don't think. Sorry, I'm just sending out. Justin just had a video retweeting out of a 109-mile-an-hour home run off the bat of Travis Bazzana. 3-run home run in the ninth. So that's fun. But I do think Manzardo has a good chance. I need to check the rules and see if they're allowed to have... Oh, there we go, Twins. There we go, Twins. Okay, bad defense. But to get back, it's like I need to see if they can call up an extra pitcher. Are you allowed to have 14 pitchers when rosters expand? Well, go look at the rules right now, because then I would think that there's a good chance for an arm. Yes, so they can have 14 pitchers. So I guarantee one bat, one pitcher. I'm very sure they'll call up a pitcher. The question is, is it activating someone who's already there? Is it adding Andrew Walters? Is it, I really have to kind of look at who's been pitching regularly for the Columbus Clippers out of the pen. Is it a Logan Allen or Tristan McKenzie? Like, there's a world where you just focus in on McKenzie as a reliever for the rest of the year and figure it out later and hope that maybe it'll play up and that maybe he's that, like, sixth inning guy. Like, I don't know if they're quite willing. Man. It's just, I was looking today at who's in the minor leagues, and on Pittsburgh, it's like Jack Sawinski, who a year ago was supposed to be the answer, and Seth Beer, who talk about Nick Gonzalez, I was a huge fan of. Like, it's a weird team. Another good day, George Valera. Juan Brito and Valera each had their 16th homer for Valera, which is impressive because all the time he missed. 17th for Brito. Brito had a double. Angel Martinez had a double. Brito went 3 for 4, mostly playing first base, but a big game for him. Chase DeLauder went 1 for 4. And Brito, like, errors are not the end all be all, but 13th error, a dropped foul ball. Like, problem with Juan Brito is he's a DH. Like, oh, another bad play by the Twins defensively. They are giving St. Louis a chance. Runners at first and third. 1 out. A potential double play goes awry. This is ridiculous. Who's up for St. Louis? Sorry, Pat. I did not answer your question as I got distracted there. Was it Donovan? So Tommy Pham, who's been a really good addition for the Cardinals, is up now. He's hit really well since the trade. Is up next. Like, that's a... Jeez Louise. That is a throw. Who's playing second base for the Twins? Claude Julien has always been a butcher out there. Like, that is not that dude's fort. Not in the slightest. But yeah, that's... Whew. Those both get counted as errors in the box score. Only seen one error. That's crazy. But yeah, sorry, I got so distracted. I do like seeing Misiazic pitch well. I'm kind of intrigued by him. Franco Aleman has missed so much. Like, I need to go look at his game log. But Aleman, it's like they have to add him in the offseason. If, there's a good, like, him missing time with injury isn't going to scare teams off. Like, a year ago, he was the dude. Now let me look at his game log. He missed, like, was it like from May 8th? He didn't pitch again until August 16th. So he missed all of that time. Since, let's see, in the month of August, he's thrown 3 innings, 2.22 batting average against, no earned runs. So had 3 hits in 3 innings and 2 walks. Oh, and he's up to, today it's 3 2/3, so this isn't up to date. He's up to 3 2/3 innings. There's a world where it's Aleman and Manzardo. because you're going to have to add Alamon anyways. But there's also a world where it's something less exciting, like Carrasco is activated. Where it's somebody who's already on roster, like McKenzie, who maybe they think can be in that pen role. Maybe it's Logan Allen or Cantillo in a pen role because they're looking for another lefty, just because I think that they are trying to see if there's anyone out there. Oh, get away, get away, get away. Not far enough. Oh, man. But it allowed the runner to advance to second. I hope you three people that are watching, enjoying this attempt at color commentary on the Twins and Cardinals game. But yeah, that's... No, foul. This is this is an interesting game. So I do have to jet for a barbecue at relatively soon. I figure I can at least stick around for the end of this Twins Cardinals game. Yeah, I would bet on Cleveland. Sorry, Pat, to be so distracted to your question. I'm betting Manzardo and then someone else who's already on the roster. I'm thinking maybe McKenzie, who didn't look great last time. Maybe Logan Allen. Maybe Carrasco. And if not Manzardo, I think maybe Gabby Arias if they want another infielder. It does seem like they're afraid to do some... They don't want to mess with the roster right now. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, fam. Strikeout, 2 outs, runners on second and third. Coming to the plate is Lars Nootbaar, I want to say, right? Let's switch and see. Lars Nootbaar, who is 0 for 3 today with 2 walks or 2 strikeouts? 2 strikeouts. I do like that the Cardinals called up Victor Scott, give him an opportunity to play. He is in the hole with Pedro Pages is on deck. Nootbaar finds a hole. We got to tie one. What about that? Tie game. Lars Nootbaar. Oh, no, they took the lead. I'm sorry. I somehow missed. I'm doing too many things at once. That gives the Cardinals the lead. They're up 3-2 now. 2 runs scored. He cleared the bases. I missed the second run. So, Twins are now losing 3-2 in the ninth. Potential for Cleveland to gain a 3-game lead on the Twins. The Royals are currently... Are they still losing to Kansas City? Let me... On my other computer screen. I don't want to run... I don't even know if MLB TV would let me run 2 streams at once. Wish I could do like picture-in-picture and picture-in-picture. But Lars Nootbaar, first pitch, takes the lead there. Yeah, Philly is extending their lead to 7-3 in the top of the 8th. So it's looking like Cleveland might be back to a 3-game lead if St. Louis can hold on to this one. What a day. Come on, Pedro Pages. I am not familiar with you all. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that Ryan Hesley, he actually has the most saves in baseball. Shows that how much I'm paying attention to saves. Oh, like basically a bunt single for Pages. We got runners on first and second. It was not a bunt, you know, like the check swing kind of bunchish single. Crazy situation. So, I'm not sure what I can say. But let's just say I got a text. There might be a player coming up tomorrow who hit a home run today in AAA. So just to capstone all of this, um, maybe Pat. Let's just say the text maybe mentioned that name. I guess to the three people actually here with me, you get it's not sure. They just got a text from someone who thinks it could occur. So don't quote me on it. Don't say I'm guaranteeing it. But a good source just texted me that they think Valera could be on the way tomorrow, which is interesting. But I'm all here for it. I don't know. I assume one of Freeman or Schneemann going down would be the other move in that equation. But yeah, again, to go back to rack up today, in high A, Bazana went down. Or it could be a reliever, I was just told. Interesting. But to go back on the day, we have in high A, Ralphie and Bazana going deep. We've got Brito and Valera in AAA. Cleveland winning. Kansas City getting ready to lose their series to the Phillies. A St. Louis team that is struggling is going to maybe beat the Twins. Like it's a good day to be a Guardians fan. It's a good day for this team. So, yeah, something to keep an eye on. Looks like there might be a roster move. No, but now I'm seeing something different. So maybe my source was wrong. The call up for the doubleheader is Cantillo and Allen. Sandlin's going to be an opener. I assume Allen will then come in after him. So we got Allen for Gillespie. And then we have... We got Allen for Gillespie. The 27th man is Cantillo. So McKenzie's rough. It's been up and down for him. He has one good game, one terrible game. He's not found anything consistently yet, unfortunately for him. trying to get some consensus on what is going to happen with this, because now I'm getting multiple reports of different things. So it looks like that move that I was tweeted at is not occurring. It's going to be Cantillo in your 27th man spot, because it's the only way you can call him up. Just because of how things are going in terms of the roster. And instead of Cantillo will be up. Sorry. Because normally he'd have to stay down longer than he's been down. He was sent down on the 22nd. The only reason he can come up is because he's coming up as a 27th man. And then Allen will come in for Gillespie. Nick Sandlin is going to be an opener, so against Kansas City. So what you're likely trying to do is set up Nick Allen as the starter, have them set their lineup like they're facing a right-handed pitcher, and then once that right-handed pitcher, or once Sandlin goes out, then you have Allen to bring in for a multi-inning reliever where they are more lefty-heavy. Would be what I would expect them to do. If not him, then it's Cantillo they'll bring in. It's going to be interesting that they're going to try those guys in those roles. By the way, there is 1 on, 1 out, currently 0-1 in the 9th with for the Cardinals, who can hopefully finish this one up. But yeah, it's interesting. So Allen for Gillespie, Cantillo's your 27th man. Gives Cleveland 2 lefties. Royals record versus lefties. I wonder if the Royals are very lefty heavy. As Cleveland is loading up on lefties. So I got him as a... Let's go look at their team. Kansas City Royals. 2 outs now. Runner still on first. For the Cardinals, currently 3-2. Come on, Cardinals. And a ground ball up the middle. Easy play. Mason wins a fantastic defensive shortstop. Cardinals come back and beat the Twins. That is huge. Cleveland's lead is back to 3 games. Thank you to St. Louis. We are all big fans of yours. And everyone can have a bad series. And the Royals are about ready to lose as well. So Cleveland's lead is going to be 3 again. Cleveland 20 games over 500. Royals are in town. Let's see. So the Royals have Michael Massey, Vinny Pasquantino, MJ Melendez, Adam Frazier, and Kyle Isabel playing most days. So that's what? 4 lefties, and then that can't be right. 5 lefties. So yeah, they're a more lefty-heavy team. So you're throwing in lefties, hoping, and their bench is all right-handed bats, though. So that's interesting. You know, if Mikael Franco plays, you know, he's a righty. It looks like he is kind of he's basically in a strict platoon with Adam Frazier. They have a righty-lefty platoon, and then Darian Blanco is, I don't know, he might be more of a defensive replacement, or is he's playing a bit in the spot with Kyle Isabel part-time. It's fascinating to see how that matches up. But yeah, I think they're loading up on lefties because that is specifically where they are. Well, at the end of that one, the wrapping up of that game and my little ones loudly running around upstairs, that is probably it for me. I want to thank you to Pat and Aaron, who joined and kept this chat going a bit as I was trying to do something different, something fun. I'll try a few more times, basically hoping that, can just be something entertaining, especially as the season gets late and there's opportunities to do these chats. I would like to do them more. It's more fun than just sitting around watching baseball, is to sit around and watch and talk about it. So thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. Big shout out to Aaron and Pat, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Go, Guardians, go.